If you want to make your first song and don't know where to start, then you definitely clicked on the right video. In this video, I will give you 7 easy steps to make your first song and release it on Spotify even, so make sure to stick around until the end to figure out how to do that. I promise you it's not as hard as you think. Contrary to popular belief, you actually don't need expensive equipment. I started on a $20 microphone and was making music. I mean, could have been better, but for making your first song, honestly, like even your phone will work, so you're good. Step number 1 is your hardware. So obviously you're watching this video on either a phone, a laptop, tablet, whatever it may be. You have some sort of device, and if you can watch this video, then you can make music. I mean, there's top artists right now making music off their phone, so honestly whatever you have will work. Now obviously a laptop or a computer is recommended, but like some top artists are using their phone right now, so regardless of your circumstances, if you really like music, you can make a song on anything. And then yeah, besides that, you just need something to record audio with. Your phone has a built-in microphone, your tablet has a built-in microphone, that'll work. If you're on like a laptop or a desktop computer, I don't know, maybe you have a headset lying around somewhere. If you have a mic, great. Obviously you need some sort of microphone, but I'm saying like if you don't have a mic like this, you're good. All right, so step 2 is the software you'll be using on your device. I will list both free and paid versions. All right, so music artists use something called a DAW, or commonly called a DAW, to record music. If you're on a phone or a tablet, you'll probably want to use BandLab. That's just the best, most popular option. It's free. Other good options are GarageBand or FL Studio Mobile. I haven't really used those a whole lot. I'll just go with BandLab if I were you. If you're on a laptop or a computer, then there's a lot more options. Cakewalk by BandLab, Traction Waveform Free, Audacity, are some of the free ones, and then some of the better paid options are FL Studio, Ableton Live, Logic Pro, Pro Tools, or Studio One. There's tons of others, but those are the popular ones. I personally use FL Studio, but those are all professional software, so any of them will work. So step 3 is really where you start to differentiate yourself as an artist. I mean, kind of pick your style, because step 3 is where you choose your beat. It can be really overwhelming when you're starting out to try to choose a beat. There are thousands and thousands of options, all of them ranging in styles, different moods, genres, you name it. So if you're overwhelmed and kind of confused where to start, I would recommend picking a beat that you could hear your favorite artist on, or maybe just scroll on YouTube for a little bit and find one that really inspires you and really like grips you emotionally. Those are typically where hit songs are made, or on something you feel inspired by. Over time, you'll start to kind of develop your own preference. Like when I started out, I liked Juice WRLD a lot, but like I realized my voice is nothing like his, and as much as I wanted to make music like his, I just couldn't. So that's something you have to learn to be okay with eventually, and move into your own style. Some important things to pay attention to when you're picking out a beat is the speed of the song. That's typically referred to as the BPM, beats per minute. The mood, whether it's, sad, happy, energetic, whatever. And then the instrument selection, whether there's a piano, guitar, you name it. Also, a good piece of advice that would have saved me a lot of time, if you're using YouTube to search for beats, then always look at the copyright and legal uses of the beat if you want to upload it to Spotify, which again I'll be showing you how to do later. But there's been multiple times where I made a really good song, like one of my favorite songs, and I go to upload it and they're charging $100 if I want to upload it to Spotify. Otherwise Spotify will give it a copyright strike, so just keep a lookout for that. Always read the description. All right, step 4 is where the fun starts. This is where you start recording your first set of vocals. First, you got to download your beat. To do that, I would not go around Google looking at sketchy websites trying to download your beat. I'm speaking from experience. Use this website right here, cobalt.tools. Never had any issues with it, and yeah, virus free is the main thing. And then pretty much from there, you just drag and drop your beat and you're ready to record your vocals. Now, obviously, I'm trying to keep this video as condensed as I can, so if you want any tutorials on how to record, anything like that, just drop a comment. I definitely would love to make videos like that. YouTube is your best friend when it comes to learning stuff. If you don't know how to navigate your software, or if you're having struggles, just with technical glitches, other stuff like that. YouTube, the internet's your best friend with that. All right, so the biggest mistake when recording vocals that I see with new artists is, and I used to be guilty of this myself too, I used to sit there, I would listen to a beat and record lyrics to it, and then I'd go to record and I'd use a different beat and try to take those same lyrics and just slap it onto a different beat. It doesn't work like that because each beat has its own mood, its own speed, everything like that. I would always recommend writing your lyrics after you pick your beat. So how do you write lyrics to a beat? The method is called top lining. This is what I use for all my songs. I swear by it. So basically what you do, you try not to listen to the beat too many times to where you're familiar with it, but you know you like it. And you literally just hit play to the beat and start recording. You don't even have to have lyrics written. You just start mumbling a melody to the beat. What you'll find is that you really capture a lot of raw emotion of how the beat makes you feel and kind of how you interact with the beat. It can be really embarrassing at times, but most of the time I'm not even saying actual words. I'm just mumbling and humming and like making these random sounds. But the idea is to try to find a melody that works with the beat. And then once you have that, then you can write the lyrics that go along with that melody, and you'll find that they fit so much better, from, you know, tempo to even the mood of the lyrics and what they're about. Fits the beat way better when you do it that way. So I would definitely recommend starting out with that. All right, you got your vocals done. You are very close to having your first song. This is where a lot of new people get caught up and discouraged. This is the mixing stage, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically in the purest form of it, it's taking your vocals and making them sound good over your beat. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's just the basic overview. To start out, basic mixing is just learning how to balance the volume between your beat and your vocals so that one's not too loud than the other and they're not fighting each other. They're kind of just blending nicely with each other. That's just the basic overview of what mixing is. If you can pay someone to do it, it will save you a lot of time. But if you're like me and like to do everything by yourself, don't get discouraged. It's a learning process. It's possible to learn. I've taught myself through YouTube and just messing around. It takes a while, but you can learn it yourself as well. Step 6, arguably the most boring step. Honestly, don't spend too much time with this. It is important to learn, but like early stages, you don't have to like waste hours learning this. This is mastering, and basically what that is taking your mix that you just did and just adding the little extra 10% to it, and also like getting it loud enough, making it in a way that it'll sound good across any listening device. So whether you're listening in a car, on speakers, headphones, AirPods, like whatever you're using, mastering is basically trying to balance it out so it sounds good across all those devices. It's very time consuming to try to learn this. It's not super important when you're starting out, so just try to learn it if you can, but don't waste too much time. All right, step 7, what you've been waiting for: how to get your song on Spotify, Apple Music, streaming platforms, whatever you want to do. Now, a common misconception is that you can go straight to their like spotify.com and just upload a song. That's not how it works. You need something called a distributor, which is basically just a middleman between you and Spotify. And so you give them your song, fill out a bunch of copyright information and stuff like that, and then your distributor will give it to Spotify. And that's actually how you get your songs onto streaming platforms. A good free distributor that I personally use is Rootnote. Completely free, besides the fact that they take a 15% cut from your earnings off your music. If you're trying to start out and don't have the money to invest, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's 15%. You're probably not going to make millions of dollars, you know, off your first song. If you do, great for you, but it didn't happen to me. Still doesn't happen to me. So yeah, I mean, just let them take that 15% cut and don't waste $20 a month on a distributor. Like, I find it kind of pointless. Again, Rootnote is where it's at for starting out. And there you have it. If you have any questions, let me know. I tried to sum things up as best as I could. Hopefully I wasn't too broad. If you'd like any tutorials on how to mix, master, just any steps in the process, let me know, and I would love to make a video on that. So all right, yeah, so consider liking and subscribing if you would. Turn post notifications on so that you get notified whenever I make a new music advice video or mixing tutorial, anything like that. Later.